Fuck it, we'll do it live. All right, we are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host Dakota. What up, Dakota?
What up, baby? Daddy's back in the house. We went road course racing. COTA Drake 4 coming to you live from the Rutledge Dome, south of Atlanta, unfortunately. Man, we've had a lot of hype. NASCAR's been getting a lot of views, and we did some racing, but we had some left and rights for the first time of the season, and I think we're all starting to see what this road course racing is really about. But let's get this thing started.
Let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in.
Rock flag and eagle.
Oh, what up?
What up? What up?
Sorry if y'all catch us yawning this episode. We're just two hardworking dads, just enjoying being home for once.
Yeah, exactly. It is nice being home for once. Yeah, I mean, it was nice not going to the track, but it is a race that I'm always kind of in the back of my head, like, damn, should I make the effort?
go.
I mean, I was there like 2 weeks ago, though.
And for you could honestly turn it into a work trip if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they offer the tickets at work too. They're like,
I twisted my arm.
Yeah, they sent out like a mass email to the whole office, and they're like, hey, just put your information in the spreadsheet and how many tickets you want, like if you want to go. So I'm always like, damn.
Yeah, and I've always been like, you should take me.
It would be so easy to just go. But I choose not to for a reason. And that reason is, as you can see from my shirt, I have been here and I have watched races here, many, in fact. And that's why I choose not to make the effort to go, because I have been there.
Good, yeah, smart man, smart man. Yeah, it looks cool. Honestly, this place has grown on me, and you made it sound cool. And
when did I make it sound cool?
When you were there drinking beers in the rain. And
I've never said anything good about this track. I don't know how you think I made it sound.
I'm getting there. Texas, Tejas, fucking fertiles and tortillas and chimichangas and all the authentic culture around the area.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the facility, like, whether the race is what it is, but the facility seems pretty nice. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was built for the first F1 race in America, so obviously it's gonna be like super high end, super nice. Like the food there is like, local Austin barbecue and local Austin Mexican food. So it's like one of those cool hip venues. So in terms of a NASCAR venue, honestly, it's probably one of the nicest, probably like top 5 nicest. But it's also a concert venue. Like, the city uses it for a lot of stuff.
I was showing Felicia that, like, as they were going through the carousel or whatever, or like there before the race, they were showing like the track map, and you could see like the amphitheater right there behind the pagoda thing.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's what's so cool. Like, this place is like more than one, like, it's a facility.
It's one of the bigger concert venues in Austin, outdoor. Actually, it probably is the biggest outdoor venue in Austin now that I think about it. So they get like big name artists too. Like, you go out there for big shows, not just like little anything. And it's a cool design. It's actually a terrible design because it gets really fucking hot because it's built like into the ground, so there's no wind. So it just, you bake. Like Willie Nelson has his 4th of July festival there, and it'll be like 105 degrees and you're just fucking baking. But that tower that comes down, it shoots out like over the stage. So it's kind of cool looking. Did you mute yourself? Okay. There we go. There we go. Welcome to Chairgatin, home of Dakota losing connection. Welcome to Chairgatin. Damn it, Dakota. That's the slogan here. So yeah, anyway, to continue the conversation without Dakota. Yeah, no, it's actually a pretty sweet venue as a venue. But Jesus, I don't know what's going on with him. That's a nice Earnhardt diecast you got there. Yeah, thank you, Pittman. Thank you. You like that? The junior and the senior, right? All right, let's see if we can get him back. Yeah.
Dude, I'm just sitting here and it went like a little thing flashed on my icon and it was like, your mic was just plugged in and unplugged. And it was like, choose a different camera, bitch. And then like it just dropped me out. And I was like,
Yeah, because your camera quality is like kind of it's
is
coming
it
back.
shitty right now? Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I think this thing's starting to fucking take a shit on me. I don't know, dude. Whatever. I ain't done nothing wrong in forever. And it's like, I can't win. I can't fucking win.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel about cars, actually. I was just talking to my wife about this, about how I was like, no, I'm just born unlucky with cars. Like, bad shit happens to cars with me. And she thinks it's how I drive them. I think that's far too logical of a conclusion. I think it's just a curse that's been put on me from birth that just cars break down if
I
I
was born this way.
have.
But yeah, the facility's huge, man. It's got bad, like you make it sound like hell on earth in July, but it's just cool that you can have all these different
Yeah.
functions and then have different like race venues, like MotoGP races here, I believe.
Yep,
And
Rallycross. Used to go there,
yeah,
go to the Rallycross races there, and those are sick. Like, I like going. The venue's cool. That's the point. Is
yeah,
it's a cool
it
place,
sounds badass, man.
but it's just not my favorite for stock cars driving around the track there. And I do want to start out this episode
Yeah.
saying I've said that from when they first announced this track. I was not a fan of the idea, even living in Austin, and I have stuck by this opinion throughout.
Well, I was immediately like, oh, cool. Why are we doing this? Why are we adding all these road courses? And we were
Uh-huh.
really hyping the road course hate. This was the road course hate podcast.
Yeah, if
And
anybody's been listening to us for a couple years, you know this.
well, I think they've kind of like watered down the schedule and like, okay, maybe we jumped the gun. Let's take a couple off. I think this year, what we have four, five, a street course. Fuck.
Yeah, I guess technically with the street course, right?
So whatever. I guess there's 5. That's better than 7. But just like coming into this race, I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I think COTA's kind of here for a while. Like, might as well embrace it. But I was like, this place is growing on me. I like it for like racing wise. It's a pretty technical track. It's a real road course.
Yep, it's built as a road course.
That, and I was thinking as like, this is like, there's Watkins Glen and nostalgic Sonoma. COTA could be right there in third. Hell, I might put this above COTA or Sonoma. I mean, because I don't know, man. Sonoma just it just like this race is like you appreciate it because it's Sonoma, but you also are like, God damn, this is not fun sometimes.
Right.
It was Watkins Glen and Sonoma were fun because they were the only 2 we had. It was like, whoa, dude, they're turning right and left at the same time. Whoa. Now there's 8 of them. It's like, why are we even going to Sonoma?
Right. So, I mean, okay. If you're saying those are the 3, how would you rank those 3 then? Are you saying Watkins Glen, then COTA, then Sonoma?
I think COTA being a nicer facility outranks Sonoma.
Okay.
But the kid in me grew up watching Sonoma races, so I
Right.
appreciate
That's
like
that's
it's a nostalgic thing for me.
No, it's just interesting that you mentioned those 3 because what I was gonna say about this whole thing, and maybe I'm jumping the gun here, is I've always said, and I've stuck by this, is 3 road course races is enough for me in a season.
Yeah, I think 3's fine.
And I would be okay with us just going to those 3 tracks once every season. Just
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. That's and that those 3 tracks to me are fine. Those are the
And
3
I
I
think
would keep on the
it
schedule.
would be fine too, almost how you have it right now. If it was just those 3, COTA in the spring, Sonoma in the summer, Watkins Glen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Or you want to throw in a traveling fucking street course. I think that's gonna fall on its face eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe this wasn't a great idea, and maybe everybody starts hating road courses along with us. But and then
Do you
Watkins
think
Glen
that's what's
playoffs. I think
happening?
that's fair. I don't know. Now I thought after last year, I think it's time for Roval's ran its course. Even the drivers are advocating like Roval's done. Well, then they're like, come back next year, the Roval. So it's like we have technically 2 road courses in the playoffs, and I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Do you think that's going to be a tougher one to get rid of just because of where it's
Yeah.
at?
Yeah.
It's a hard sell to just because they're like, we're not leaving Charlotte. You're not taking one of our dates, and it's a hard sell to just go back to another Charlotte race.
That is the oval racing, Ben. It's like, why do people not want to watch that? I don't know.
I think people do. I think NASCAR's behind.
Yes. But we'll just jump right in this race, man. There were some hitters came out. They had that like Japanese dude, SVG, AJ's getting in there. A lot of stars are out there, and
Oh,
the
Josh
race.
Berry.
What's up, Fred? He's still living with the 4. But fucking, it seemed like the top 10 fast guys were the top 10 pretty much soldiers. You had some guys come and go. Like Alex Bowman showed out of nowhere. He
Yep.
showed up and was running good. You had some guys kind of come and go a little bit, but like the 45, the 24, the 54 was rocket all weekend. And the 6, all right, well, not the 16, the 13
The
AJ Allmendinger.
the 8 was running pretty
The
good.
one, yeah, the 8,
Yeah.
he couldn't catch break, which we can talk about Bell and Kyle Busch in a minute. But
Yep.
seemed like kind of all the guys were up there the whole time. Like that, they were just filming them the whole time. And then
Yep.
once the blue moon, they'd be like, in case you missed it, there was a spin back here 20 laps ago, and
Right.
we're gonna show you a replay. And that was only kind of my only thing is like they don't even film like past 5th
It's
at all.
rumored that Corey LaJoy was driving the cargo ship in Baltimore.
Oh my god, that was a good one,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Lap one, Corey LaJoy just like ran out of talent and went off the track and came back on the track, and took out everybody on lap 1. Do you want to talk a little bit about this whole track limits thing? I didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't either.
People were all worked up about it, and then it was like some drivers were like, "We need track limits because then it limits people making mistakes, or if they do make mistakes, there's a penalty." He's like, "If not, people are just gonna be driving off all over the course." I'm like, I'm okay with track limits if it applies to the whole track.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I stood. It's like y'all in turns 3 through 6 don't go over the line, but in turns 8 you can just blow the corner off over there and come
Yeah,
back
it's a little
on.
confusing.
Yeah, so I was like, how about don't leave the track at all or you're penalized, or leave the track all you want. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. I mean, I don't know how
I think it was Denny, or no, it might have been Kevin's podcast that I can't remember. He was talking about Sonoma, when they go to 7, that hairpin 7, and they just like jump that curb over there and come back before
Right.
the
Yep.
wall.
Yep.
He's like, if we make that penalty, he's like, that will change that corner completely, or the way people attack it and make mistakes.
Right. Yeah, that would change the entire
He's like,
race.
I'll check everything. He was like,
Yep.
so maybe there's something to that,
Right.
But then I was like, well, as long as and then that's the thing too, is with penalties is like a discretion call, as long as it's for everybody, not, oh, we didn't see it. How they get with that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I agree. I think that makes the perfect sense to me. I know Denny talked about in his that he doesn't want them laying anything down that would tear up the cars.
Yeah, like
So he
rumble
would
strips
prefer
and
just
stuff
a
like that.
penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, give them penalty. Don't tear their car up. They just drove all the way out there.
Yeah, but my thing to that is like, well, they're tearing up their own fucking car.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have drove off the track.
Yeah, like, that was my first thought, was just like, okay, here's the thing. If I'm driving like 50 down a city road, and then I just take a sharp turn and go sideways into a curb and then drive up into somebody's yard and like peel out and just destroy my hubcaps and everything, I wouldn't be like, dude, what the fuck? The city put these curbs here and now they've destroyed my car? What are they,
what the fuck?
crazy?
Look what you did to my baby.
You see what you did to her? Yeah, no, I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. That's not a good excuse. Like, he's like, man, it's just sometimes in his podcast, I'm like, dude, you sound too much like a team owner. And I know you are, but you just sound like it too much sometimes. Because in his head, he's like, oh, I don't want to pay for that shit.
No, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, well, as the viewer, I don't know. I don't know. I think adding something like that actually could spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, true. William Byron put on a fucking clinic, it seems. However, he didn't win a single stage, but that was because strategy with the yellows coming, you had to go for the win. But he was class of the field. No one could hang with his stuff. The 54 gave it hell there at the beginning. And Bell was charging late, which was kind of spiced up the end a little bit. But the 24 was saving fuel. Bell had 5 laps faster newer tires, and he was letting it all hang out. And he got down to a second of them, and it was kind of like, oh. But TV was like, wait, what's this? Is he gonna get him? And I was like, dude, he's like a whole second behind him. He's not like, I think Byron's just chilling at this point. But I get they had to spice it up. Byron took it from the start to finish, and at first multi-winner of the season. I think the 24 is already a solid pick for the Final Four again this year. Fast as shit that boy is. Is he the top dog at Hendrick?
I mean, yeah, honestly, he is. I know this is like a conversation we've been having for probably like a full season now, right?
Yeah. I think like we last year were like William Byron has arrived, but I think now like he's putting a damn stamp on it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think the conversation, and it's crazy to think that like Chase is officially out of the compo for top dog.
Alex Bowman is outrunning that dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like Chase, because even last year we were like, all right, well, Chase is going to come back eventually. He's going to start winning again. But in the meantime, who is it? Is it Larson or Byron? That was the whole conversation last season. And at this point, I'm still just like, okay, well, if anything, Chase is like lost some. He's like you said,
he's even worse.
Bowman might be ahead of him now.
Yeah, and I mean Larson's fast. You never ever count Larson out, but Byron is like week in, week out. Like he's going to be a contender for that win. Like he's going to lead laps every week, I think.
I mean, championship contender.
Yes. And like this pace, even last year, I was like, I mean, if Byron won, he had a good year. Now like if Byron wins, I'll be like, yeah, the 24, of course.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna be
24 and 24.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like how we were with Chase like 2 or 3 years ago, though.
Yeah.
When it was just like every week, you're like, yeah, he's probably gonna be a contender every single week.
Yeah, I think 24 is here, man, and he's about to be a big dog. I just wish Willie B would like kind of stop that whole big hat thing, but like grow your hair out, get a fucking date a Hooters girl or something. Like do something cool and fun. It gets out.
That's not
like,
him, dude.
I know
at a certain
not.
point, you just got to respect him.
I know.
For him.
I'm like, dude, he is a badass behind the wheel, but then gets out and it's just, hey. I'm like, God damn it.
After watching the Netflix show, I was just kind of like, I mean, I just respect who he is at this point. Like, I think he's just a bit of a nerd.
Hey, I'll give him. He's been growing the beard out. I'll give him that.
He just cares about racing, and outside of that, he's a nerd. I mean, he got into NASCAR through iRacing. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is just a computer
kid. He paved
the
way for young truck drivers to come in.
I kind of respect just who he was after watching Netflix. I was like, I think this is just genuinely who he is, and he's dating, Ryan Blaney's sister.
Is he still though?
Smashing Blaney's sister. Never
told Are they still dating?
Dude, I think they live together. I think on that show it showed them. Like,
I thought they did, but now they don't post stuff together anime.
Ooh, are you up on the NASCAR? You're up to date on the NASCAR dating.
No, that's just the rumor. That's the rumor going around that they break up.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, you're up to date with this.
That's hot goss.
That's hot goss. We need a segment of hot goss.
This hot goss this week. Speaking of hot goss,
dude,
did you see post race when Kyle Busch about slapped the shit out of Christopher Bell?
Okay, hold on.
That's Jay Guap. Yeah, Jay Guap's got our Jay Guap's hot goss rumor of the week. That's what we need.
I'm trying to find cool hot goss music.
This is like the tunes Cody uses while they're like in limbo for LTC.
Wait, really?
I think the little yeah. Oh yeah. That's it right there. Stay right there, Jay Guap. Let me look at you.
Yeah, we need a segment. So let's talk hot goss.
Hot goss of the week.
Kyle,
you need to like make a video and it plays. It's like Jay Guap's hot gut rumor of the week.
Dude, that would be sick.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, Kyle Busch getting
almost
into it.
Slapped the shit out of Bell, and I liked it. I was like, "Oh, y'all done woke up a sleeping giant."
I know.
Rowdy's back. Yeah, well, he had that walk. It was the same walk when he went and
that's
shit out of Joey Logano. He had the walk where he's just going between people, and they're filming behind his back, and he walks behind him.
Yeah, you're following.
You know, it'd been awesome if he went like, and Bell was like, "I don't know what to say, man," and he just slapped him.
Like, I know if it was anybody other than Bell, I feel like Kyle Busch was in that mindset where he's like, I'm about to knock somebody fucking out. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I love hate or love him, he will do it. Like that's the thing. He's proven that he will do this. But the fact that it was Christopher Bell and you could tell the age difference immediately. Like Kyle Busch
yeah.
literally looked like his, if nothing else, his uncle. You know,
Yes,
he
yeah.
looks like his
Here,
uncle.
look at here, boy.
Hey, look at here. I know I'm your daddy's brother, but what you done messed up, man. This is real shit.
And it looked like you saw Bell look up and he was like, "Oh fuck."
He looked like he was about to cry.
He had that like, "Oh fuck" face.
He really,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
he's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He looks like the type of kid that would call his teacher his mom on accident
God.
because he's getting yelled at. I'm sorry, mom. I mean, Miss Anderson. That's what Christopher Bell looked like in that moment.
You could tell. Well, Kyle was like, "Have I ever wrecked you? Have I ever raced you dirty?"
He's like,
He was
"No."
like, "Yeah." He was like, "No," and he was like, He's like, "That's the second time you've wrecked me."
Yeah, and he's like, "There won't be a third."
Yeah, and he's like, "Won't be a third." He's like, "You got one coming," or he's like,
Yeah.
"You fucking got one coming." I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude!" They put that on a shirt.
So I was thinking about this because I was just rewatching that clip today, and I was like, "Damn, that's fucking awesome." Do you think it's almost like an unintended consequence? But we keep talking about the consequences of how expensive the cars have gotten, and that's obviously been a hot topic and a big issue for NASCAR for years now. But one, I think, unintended consequence that we haven't thought about is it, I think, stifles these rivalries a little bit because normally Kyle Busch next week, where we're going, Richmond, would probably just put it in. You know, he would be like, "Hey, this is fucking revenge." I think with how expensive shit is now, they're kind of like, "Dude, it's not that serious. Like these cars are way too much money to just fucking run him into the wall because like he pissed
I
you
think
off."
it'd be fun. Yeah, I think it'd be fun if like stage one, Kyle just dumped Seabell.
I know. And immediately I'm like, hell yeah, that'd be sick. I would love to see some old Kyle Busch shit where he just dumps them right away. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't think he'll do it. And I think a big part of that is how expensive shit is now.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. I mean, you still see a little bit of bumping and banging, but you don't see these guys like just dumping each other.
Yeah, when's the last time somebody purposely dumped somebody like just out of retribution?
Last year at Phoenix when Denny
Yeah.
Hamlin
I was
just
gonna say Denny,
rode
right?
Ross to the wall.
Yeah, and
That
that was
was awesome
awesome.
too. Yeah, it was awesome.
Right? We're looking back and
Well,
being like, that was a
Chase.
highlight of this
Yeah, we
season.
started talking about it. We're like, okay, and Chase Elliott right hooked Denny into the wall at
Yep.
Charlotte.
It's just anything with Denny, pretty much,
Yeah.
or Ross. Ross or Denny are going to be
Ross
involved.
and Kyle at Darlington.
Yep.
That race was fucking awesome. Oh man, all these badass oval races we're talking about, and just COTA.
And we were at a road course, so I guess, all right, going back to the COTA thing. Do you think it's run its course? Do you think people are over COTA? Do you think people are getting tired of road course racing? Because I think Dale Jr. is a big, beacon for the culture.
Yes.
When he says something, it means something.
It carries weight.
And the fact that, amen, he finally said it. I think he said like 3 races or something. Like, he's like, do we need 7?
Do we need
like,
all these road courses?
He's like, back in my day, we had 1, and that was plenty. And I was like, amen, brother.
It was like, so I thought about too, is it was like, remember how Denny said 3 wide finish was so spectacular and special because it's once in a decade, once in a blue moon. So if it happened every week, we wouldn't even care. I was like, going to a road course used to be so like bizarre and crazy and cool because we only did it twice a season.
Like Junior said, he was like, "Ooh, look, they're turning right and left. That's crazy." All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, and then now we do it 5, 6, 7 times a season, and it's like, oh, another road course. Like what? Last year they went back to back road courses, dude. So
I'll never forgive them for that.
I think it was on Denny's podcast where I was telling you earlier. Is like he said, is that what NASCAR always reacts. Oh, y'all like this? Let's give them more. And it's like, well, we liked it last year. That doesn't mean we like it this year. And we had that one cool barn burner Watkins Glen race, the first Roval race, Jimmy and Truex spinning, and you had a couple little last lap fucking bizarre races. Only need 1 or 2 a year, boys. You goddamn right, dude.
You're damn right.
And all of a sudden, NASCAR's like, oh, y'all like that? Bring more road courses. And like, you're going to get 7 of them. Well, then we get, road course racing for a racing purist fan is you're going to see it get spread out. You're going to see big gaps. You're going to see who can racecraft work their way through or manage their car.
We don't want cautions on road courses anymore.
Yeah. Well, look, dude, imagine if we didn't have the stage breaks here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that would have been a nightmare. And That's what I'm saying is like it's okay. NASCAR reacts, y'all like these road course finishes, gives us a whole bunch, and we're like, actually, this road course racing is it's not really that fun. Like there's some strategy, but if you don't get a couple cautions in there, it's just kind of like,
I hope this means that we're gonna be pulling it back on this, because the past couple years, when I've been bitching about this, I've been getting a lot of heat from a lot of people saying, "No, road course racing is great." So I'm hoping that NASCAR is finally willing to pull back on this again,
yeah.
and I'm hoping that the fans are, because I mean,
I don't see COTA losing a date anytime soon.
I don't think it
I
necessarily
think they
should
say going to
either.
COTA, but I think there's something to look into. Like, why are we still doing the Roval? And I hope this whole street course thing, even though I know it's not going to, I hope the street course thing just rots in hell.
Yeah, that's been the
Hey,
worst.
at least we get in the fucking Brickyard back. At like progress.
I was just gonna bring that up. Indy.
Okay.
So they've
At least we
corrected
got
Indy.
Indy back.
Yeah, that
I'll
was the
take it.
other road course I was thinking about.
I'll take it. Step forward.
Yep. And like, are we done with the Portland thing? That just Xfinity, like they can do
Yeah,
that.
I don't even think are they going back there?
I don't know, but like, can we not?
Look at the schedule. Yeah, I don't think anyone gives a shit about that. And that's a fucking ride from Charlotte.
Exactly. It's so far for the Xfinity teams to go out there. I mean, I don't know how many fans like NASCAR has out there. And I don't know. I just hope that people are finally collectively going, all right, we've had
they're
enough.
they go to Portland June 1st.
All right. Well,
God damn it.
we
And
need to collectively
they go
put
Portland, then
down.
Sonoma.
I do love how
Back to
good
back.
the intermediate races have gotten, like 5 years after people bitched enough about getting rid of all the intermediate races.
Yeah. And you know what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
We're gonna bring you more intermediate races.
And then they're gonna start
rebuilding Texas. We're rebuilding on the cliff. And they're gonna be like, dude, this sucks. And they're gonna be like, we're gonna build a super speedway.
I've always loved the intermediate races. I love short tracks. COTA on Jeff Gluck's poll was at 50%, which is just below the Clash and the second worst rated race for the season. What do you think of that?
Dude, I don't even disagree with it.
I don't either. Here's his list. Atlanta 1, Bristol 2, Vegas 3, Daytona 4, Clash 5, COTA 6, Phoenix 7. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. Maybe I don't know, man. That's tough. COTA was better than Phoenix.
You think so?
I think so.
If you had to pick one to watch, those two races, and you had to put one on tomorrow and watch it,
rewatch it, or like, hey,
Rewatch
they're gonna go here tomorrow. You have to pick a track, or rewatch the race that
rewatch both of those races. What are you picking? I'm choosing Phoenix.
I don't know, man. That's tough. I don't know. Maybe. What about the Clash? Are you putting the Clash above Phoenix and COTA?
Well, I didn't rate the Clash, but
I know
on the fly, I'd rather watch both those races than watch the Clash.
I was just gonna say I actually might put the Clash.
I don't consider the Clash even real, dude. I think it's
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about it. So, okay.
Now, did you see? Well, since we're talking about the Clash, real quick, you saw they bought this Bowman Gray.
NASCAR. Oh yeah, NASCAR is now.
Yeah. What do you think they're gonna do to that?
No idea.
I saw like don't even pay attention. They just bought it because it was up for a cheap price. I also was like, what if they just put the Clash at Bowman Gray?
Oh, well, how many drivers are you putting out there on that track though?
I don't know. Put 10. Change the format.
10, yeah. I was gonna say you can't like have
literally like the same size as the stupid little track they build.
Yeah, that would be insane. I love Bowman Gray. I know people hate it because they're like, it's not even racing. It's like, okay, well, it's just it's crazy fun. I don't know what to tell you. I think NASCAR bought it because they run a lot of events there.
Yeah,
and so
hey, let's go ahead and just put this in our name.
You what? Oh yeah, like, that's what NASCAR's saying, right? Because they do run a lot of stuff there. It's like a very popular track still to this day for them. Sorry, I'm late. Vacation brain still kicking in. Howdy, boys.
You're good, boy.
Where are you on vacation? Do you know where he's taking
I thought you
vacation?
said you went to Pigeon Forge. You named all those places.
Oh
and he
yeah,
said
that's
Pigeon
right.
Forge
Yeah,
was it.
that's right. He did send that.
Yeah.
No, it's because he sent the what was that? The Dolly Parton? No, not the Dolly
Yeah.
Parton. The Paula Deen's restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know for a fact they have one in Myrtle Beach, in Pigeon Forge, and in Branson, Missouri, because those are the 3 like Southern family vacation towns.
Yeah, they love chicken.
It's
Paula
the
Deen's restaurant.
Ozarks, the Smokies, and the beach, and it's just, and all those towns are the exact same. You drive through Pigeon Forge and Branson and Myrtle Beach, and they're all the same. They all have the Ripley's Wax Museums. They all have like the same buildings. It's so fucking weird. In Myrtle, they got the big
Smokies
giant
moonshine.
beach shops, right? You know, the ones with the
Yeah.
whales and everything. But then in the Pigeon Forge, they'll have like mountain shop, but it's the same fucking shit. It's just
See,
like
Bigfoot.
Confederate flag towels, yeah, and Bigfoot stickers. And you're like, it's the same shit, dude.
Confederate flag towels and Bigfoot stickers.
That's Pigeon
That was
Forge.
perfect.
That's Pigeon
And
Forge.
go-kart track, a little wooden go-kart
Yeah.
track.
And guess what? That's also Branson, Missouri, dude.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you've been to Branson, Missouri.
I've never been to Missouri in my life.
That's where the Bachelor, Coulter's bachelor party is going to be.
Fuck Coulter.
Dude, you don't know about Branson, Missouri? It's sick.
I don't know anything. I've heard something going through Branson.
Yeah,
Where's
it's
that
like
from?
Pigeon Forge, but it's like a lake town in the Ozarks.
Yeah. Ozark. Oh man, but yeah, let's go ahead and rate. Let's rate this puppy and let's.
Have you already rated it? Did you?
I
put
did.
A
I
score
wrote
down?
it. I wrote it when we started.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and start jumping to Richmond talk and get this Richmond up. When we started talking, that's why you were like, "Fuck this! I'll put this over Phoenix." I was like, "Whoa, buddy," because COTA. I mean, I know I bragged about it be growing on me. It's at the bottom of the list so far in 2024. I gave it a straight up 5-0. Just for the race, really didn't do nothing for me. Ronnie was begging me to go golf Sunday, and
What
I
did
was
you
like,
give? What did you give Phoenix?
a 6-0.
I don't have anything written down for Phoenix.
I don't either. I don't. You were. That was the week you missed, and you didn't message me.
Damn.
But you can rate it right now.
I mean,
So
I'm worried.
I remember Ronnie was trying to get me to golf Sunday, and I was like, "No, dude, like race on. I'm chilling at the house. I ain't going nowhere." And like I was set up for the race, and I was halfway through the race, and I was like, I could totally went golfing. I was literally like, because Ronnie was like, "Why don't you just play it on the speaker? Like, put it on MRN."
Yeah, that's
and
what I did.
I literally was like, "Yeah, nah, like," and I couldn't have gone anyway, but I was like, "No, man, I'm just gonna chill and watch the race today." And I was like, "God damn, I could totally listen to this on MRN and probably been better."
That's me and one of my buddies from church. He is a big NASCAR fan, and he watches the podcast. So what up?
Hey, shout out.
You're watching, Timmy.
Timmy.
Yeah, so he was like, dude, let's go golfing. And so I mean, I finished up at like the end of stage 1, so I was able to watch most of it at home. But it was kind of cool. We had like the phone on and everything.
Well, generally on Sundays, like most of my friends know, like I ain't doing shit unless we go early in the morning. I ain't doing shit on Sundays because NASCAR. But I was also thinking, I was like, I think I can start doing stuff on Sundays again.
LTC.
Hey, LTC, thanks for joining us, our 5 followers. But I was like, you know what? I think not the banger races, but I was like, I think some of these like regular racetracks.
That's what I mean.
If I get invited to do something, I think I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah, like okay, if it's Sonoma.
Yeah, like I might just go do something.
And they're like, "Hey, dude, we're gonna play around golf. You're gonna finish up. Let's say it's an early round too, so you're finishing up like halfway through the race.
Yeah,
like,
that
why
would
not?
Work.
The race. It's not if it's not gonna be a good race.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm ready to spread my wings. No, he doesn't watch. Remember,
only people that watch the show would tune in.
Yeah,
only our friends would actually do that. Phoenix, I guess.
What do you? Yeah, right. Get throwing in there, man.
I'll just do like a 5-5.
Especially now you had time to think about it. This is very biased.
Okay, so what did you do for COTA?
I gave it a 5-0.
Oh, that's right. You gave it a 5-0.
5-0 straight up, right in the middle. It was a plain old road course race. I'm giving Sonoma a low bar to try to reach.
I'm gonna go 5-2.
Ooh,
just to be a little different because 5-0 actually sounds perfect.
Yeah. So you did like Phoenix better.
How about that Moonshine Cave? Oh yeah,
Oh
North
yeah, dude.
Wilkesboro.
If they don't fucking do something about like with that brand wise, they are fucking up.
Yeah,
Why would
if
you not be like, oh yeah, like frame it in, make it secure and safe, and make a nice little tavern down there, and be like, this is the original spot.
sell the rights to that, start bottling
Yeah,
some
sell your
whiskey
damn
named North
Sugarland Shine
Wilkesboro.
bullshit with a North Wilkesboro logo and event merchandise or something. You got to do something with that. Like,
Yeah, dude. The North
change
Carolina
this.
mountains
Yeah,
underneath North Wilkesboro, you have a moonshining cave.
yeah,
This is
in the
insane. This is like
original cave.
perfect.
You could like this is out of a movie.
Right. This is what people think of when they think of NASCAR. If you're like, "Yo, I'm a NASCAR fan," they're like, "Oh,
If
what do you make moonshine underneath a racetrack in the North
yeah,
Carolina mountains? You
it,
redneck."
if I went to ever go to North Wilkesboro, I would go drink moonshine from the whatever little bar was
Yeah,
there just to say I fucking did it.
yeah,
They're
because
like, hey, I'm going to North Wilkesboro. I have to take a shot of moonshine because that's what they did here.
that's what they did here. That's right.
You know,
I'll be there.
you go. Well, you working it again?
Yes.
You're gonna get to stay for Sunday?
I
Hell, I don't even know when the All Star is. I don't.
I think okay. So if I stayed through the weekend, I think I would have to like pay for my own hotel.
Oh.
But I have the pass through the whole.
Sleep in that big old back seat in that Denali,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. But I'm going up on Monday.
Oh yeah, no, never mind.
You see what I'm saying? Like
How
that's
far is that from your house?
a whole fucking week. I don't know.
Oh no, forget it.
Right? Because I got to
go home and watch it. Go home and listen to it on MRN while you're golfing.
Honestly, I'm just gonna be like, I'll take photos at the track and
no,
like.
I thought like you were going Thursday or something.
No, yeah, because the races that I'll be working are Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Still cool. You get to see the facility, and hopefully there's a brand new moonshine bar you can look at.
There you go. But I'll be in North Wilkesboro that week at least.
Yeah. Take cool pictures. We'll have feet on the ground.
We will have feet on the ground.
Oh, but dude, we're going to Richmond. Speaking of short tracks, you know what I'm about sick of fucking hearing, and the negativity and shit is people are like, oh God, going to Richmond, hope it's not a shitty fucking shit race, and I'm like, I mean, just like Phoenix, what are you expecting this race to be? Like, I expect Richmond to be like all the other 40 Richmond races I've watched. I don't dislike Richmond. I think we used to have some good Richmond races back in the thousands, but like you're gonna as long as there's some tire fall off, I hope, but there's gonna be comers and goers. There's gonna be kind of some guys kicking ass. Maybe there'll be some strategy thrown in. I don't expect much. Just hope for a good old Richmond race. I'm not gonna expect Atlanta. So,
do you think we should expect similar tire fall off like we saw at Bristol?
If they had any idea of like wanting to keep these ratings up, they would bring some crazy ass wear tire like that to Richmond. I don't think we'll ever see that again. And I don't think they can just turn around and make tires that fall apart that fast. I don't know. They could maybe. But
yeah, I think it's more about the surface.
I'd imagine maybe the second half of the season they're gonna be like, hey, we got those batch of tires we were talking about making in. That's what I'm hoping.
Diabolical batch of tires.
Yeah, the 320.5s. Yeah, they're gonna fall apart. That's what's funny. Kevin's podcast. He goes. That was just the same Bristol tire. He goes, okay, well y'all just keep making that same Bristol tire, and he said, and I'll store them for you. Because they were talking about like, don't ever bring that tire back.
Right.
I was like, no, you make that tire, and I'll store them.
I mean, we'll see. I have a little bit of confidence. Just after what we've seen this year at tracks like Atlanta and Bristol, like just shit happening that make it entertaining. And if something happens here at Richmond and makes it an amazing race unexpectedly, I am full on into the conspiracy that NASCAR is like causing all these like weird things to happen to make the racing entertaining. Because if this happens, the season's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's been good so far. We're gonna have some bumps in the roads. They can't all be barn burners, but our damn ratings have definitely been up. We've definitely been excited, and the storylines. And as we're getting to Richmond, we're gonna roll into Martinsville, back to Texas, and then Talladega. We're getting into the thick of the season. We're getting in the middle, like rolling into the middle of the sandwich of who's the players here, like who's gonna show up every week. the beginning of the long summer stretch is upon us.
Right.
But let's go ahead and go into race picks. We had some upset winners last year with one we had Kyle Larson, but that race was kind of crazy. There were some cautions, and then
and Josh
Chris
Berry
Buescher.
finished second in the
Yeah,
9 car in that one.
yeah, that was crazy.
That was
I mean,
pretty wild.
Josh Berry might not be a bad underdog.
Hey, in the 4 car.
That 4 car was always good here, and we had Chris Buescher and RFK with Brad Keselowski on that different strategy last year and come in with fucking heat and
that was the Chris Buescher hot streak.
Yeah, that was the beginning of his 3 in a row or whatever, 3 out of 4, something like that. Yeah, no, he went back to back with Michigan, and then
That's right, it was Michigan.
2 weeks later he won Daytona, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
All right, what do you think? Do you want us to kick us off with underdog?
I already wrote one down. This guy's won here before, and he's just rallied off like 2 top 10s in a row, I think, or I think it's top 10s. The 48 car, Alex Bowman. Oh, silly Sally himself.
Oh, we're doing locks?
No, that was an underdog. He didn't make playoffs last year.
Wait, who'd you pick?
Alex Bowman.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I said he's got a win here. He's finished 5th at Bristol. I think he was like 5th or 6th last week. He was up there. He was relevant. He got an interview. I think he's usually kind of up there at this race. So he's either in 4th or 9th. He's kind of always on TV. Maybe he gets it done and shows Chase Elliott how to win in one of these Hendrick cars.
Speaking of showing Chase Elliott how to do good in a Hendrick car, I'm gonna go with Josh Berry.
Ooh, that was really smooth.
Yeah, you like that? He got second here last year when Chase Elliott was faking an injury.
Short track boy, hiding his DUI.
He showed him how it's done in the 9 car by coming in close second, right behind Kyle Larson. Let's see what he can do in the 4.
Hell yeah. Gosh, I'm gonna go with this cat. I feel like I should just go with the low hanging fruit, but I think he needs a win and needs to go ahead and get established in the season. Your points leader, I'm going the 19 lock of the week, Martin Truex, short track Martin. He's got a couple dubs here already. He's always in the mix at these kind of races, Martinsville and Richmond the last couple years. I expect him to run good. I don't know what paint scheme he's running. I think that really affects how good he's going to do.
True. That is true. That's a good pick. I don't want to pick Larson.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's just not a fun pick. So I'm going to go Ross.
Ooh. Okay. Was not expecting that.
I know. Fun picks, right?
I think the Toyotas are going to be super fast. And it's the Toyota Owners 400, I think. My other pick, I was going between Denny, Christopher Bell, or Martin. And I was like, well, I've picked Denny. No, I haven't picked Denny. I was like, Denny, I think, is always a given here. Christopher Bell is so hot right now. But I was like, I'm going with Martin Truex. Kind of want Martin to win. Kind of think he's always good here. Let's see what he does. I think Gibbs is going to be fast. That fucking Ty Gibbs boy is I'm not gonna be surprised if he makes Final 4.
I mean, let's calm down.
Ty Gibbs is here, dude. Ty Gibbs is showing the fuck up.
He's a sleeper. I don't know how much of a sleeper he is though by finishing second at this race last year. I'm just
that was also like a strategy call.
Yeah,
I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
True.
I would love to see Barry pull something out and have some speed. That would do some good. I know it was good here in Xfinity. The 10 car's been kind of plugging off. And then I'm not gonna take COTA. That's another thing. I'm not gonna go to COTA and be like, "Wow, Stuart Haas was trash." Like, it was COTA, dude.
I mean,
this is where we jump back in the thick of things of who's doing good, get the momentum, keep it going.
Who do you think the first Ford driver is going to be to win?
Ford?
Yeah. Because they don't have a win yet, do they?
No, they don't. And Ryan Blaney's carrying the banner over there. Like, he has had the most speed.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I totally just see it being Joey Logano.
I was trying to say Joey's the sleeper. Touche.
I think Joey
Logano, right?
No, I think Joey Logano is gonna just show up and win a race out of
just
nowhere.
Because that's what he does every time.
That's what he does. Is when you don't think about him, he shows up and takes it. I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking won here. He's won. He's never like really great here, but he snuck up and got a second at the Buescher win last year. He'll always run like shit and then show up in the third stage, and you're like, whoa.
Wouldn't it be great if it was like Buescher was the first Ford driver to win?
Oh, I'd love it. Or
Just like,
Brad.
oh shit, it wasn't Penske?
Or Brad.
Yeah.
I really want Brad to get a win in that 6 car. We've
Yeah,
been
he
saying
could
that for a
not
while.
figure out COTA, man. He was just spinning.
I think if you didn't have one of them elite fast cars, you were just like, get in and get out. We'll see where we finish.
It was like me and go-karts. Did you see I did the K1 thing?
Yeah.
That was fun. It's like the indoor one.
Yeah, you little date night.
Yeah, dude. Fastest lap at the track, man.
Damn.
Just saying. Man, I was running people out of the way. But it banged me up. I gotta tell you, man, you can tell when you're getting older and out of shape the next day after running a couple races in those go-karts, because they're fast and you're really putting in.
Yeah.
You wake up the
You
next
don't
day.
do it all the time.
I was like bruised back here and on my thighs and shit. And I was like,
what muscles are these?
Oh my God, it was brutal. So just, if you do it, if you are an out of shape dad like myself, just beware. Was it Iowa has Joey written all over it? He loves to win first races at new places. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely pick him for that.
Great point.
I can't wait for that race either. That's one I'll watch. But dude, Richmond, we are counting.
Get on my mini Z Trek up here in the mountains. Yeah, damn right, dude. That looks sick.
We are counting down the days, brother, and Talladega is only 4 weeks away.
We still need a sponsor, by the way. If anybody's out there and wants to throw us a couple grand sponsorship,
please.
It's us, LTC, what we got in the chat. Fast Car Living, gonna be doing it big at Talladega, trying to get a sponsor this year so we can get some what is that? Elon Musk internet, Starlink. Elon Musk. We're trying to mooch off his internet, his satellite internet. So, and then pay for gas and beer. So if any of you want to donate to that cause, send me money. My Venmo's open.
GoFundMe. Chairgatin's GoFundMe.
We really should.
Yeah, just like, hey,
why don't we just do that?
Everybody just donate $2.
I got Starlink you can borrow. I mean,
goddamn, the John Browning camping experience.
That's my cousin, by the way.
What's up, John?
Just so you know.
We'll just say the John Browning 24 Camp Creek.
Yeah, there you go. You just got you are now the sponsor of this.
You are our newest elite employee.
You are the elite status sponsor, sir. We're gonna get the banner made with your face on it.
Damn it, boy.
Yeah. Dega's gonna be crazy though, man. It's gonna be nuts.
Well, this is the time of year, gotta slowly start getting the things together, making sure I got my checklist, and then this is when the snowball really starts getting where we're gonna be there before we fucking know it.
Man, I know. You get really excited. I get a headache.
I've been talking about it for 12 months, so yeah, I'm starting to swell up.
Anyone that knows you well knows this. I get a headache the closer we get.
Talk about it every day.
Oh my God, there's so much to do and get ready and blah blah blah. But once I get there and I get out of the car for the first time,
and we light that cigar.
Just gone. And that's the one thing about the Starlink is I'm almost it's almost nice not to have internet access out there, because
I felt like last year I had fine service.
Really?
I mean, I wasn't going live on anything, but my stuff was loading. I could play music. On previous years, I couldn't play music for shit.
I can't play music. I can't do anything unless we're at the track. And ever since they got Wi-Fi at the track, I can do that. But at the campsite, I get nothing. So I kind of like it though. It's nice, you know, to get away. But we do have podcasts that we need to be live streaming from there. So
get on that TikTok.
Pick up them phones. Cool.
That'll pretty much button it up. And we'll be on here next week dissecting Richmond and talking about the next short track, Martinsville.
Actually, we got to figure out next week. I may or may not be.
I don't care, man. I'll probably be asleep. But the
I'm
way
gonna be in Florida all next week, by the way.
God damn, I hate you. Maybe I'll get somebody to come on.
Sunday, I fly out Sunday and I fly back, I think, Saturday. So
ride down to Electric.
We'll see. I'm flying, so normally I drive, so I do the podcast from Destin because I can just drive all my equipment down. But since I'm flying, I'm I don't know. We'll see.
Tough life.
It is a tough life. This is first world problems. I really got first world. People underestimate first world problems, all right? There's still problems. I don't care what world they're coming from. That's my point.
God bless you, good sir.
God bless America, and good night.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.